Almost summertime, folks, and we're here at Lake Martin today, and it's boating season. We're going to begin to see more and more people on Lake Martin, and there's some important things you need to remember about boating safety, and we're here today to talk about that. I want to mention some things that are most critical and most important, the things that I see living on beautiful Lake Martin. Some of the things that you need to remember, of course, is Alabama does require that you have a boating vessel license. Alabama also requires that you be 14 or over and have a vessel license in order to operate a vessel. When you do the license process, so you can go online, and when you do that, it's a 3-hour course. The beautiful thing about the course that Alabama offers is that you can save it. So you go through these little training modules, and then you have to pass each section before you can get your boating license. And the course is excellent. It teaches you things such as give way. It teaches you who has the right of way on the waterway. It's not like the highways with automobiles. With boats, you don't have lanes that you travel in, but you do have rules that you travel by. The other things that you need to remember as well is a criminal offense. If you're involved in an accident where you are drinking alcohol or using drugs, you can be charged criminally. There's a specific law in Alabama about vehicular homicide that applies to boating accidents. Alabama does not have an insurance law. You're not required to have insurance, but take my word, it's very important that you have proper liability insurance in case you are involved in a boating accident. It's also important that your boat have the appropriate equipment on it. Every boat is required to have a fire extinguisher. You're required to have personal flotation device, or PFDs as they're referred to. You have to have them properly fitted. For small children, they absolutely must at all times have a personal flotation device on them. That is very critical. In fact, the law requires that. You need what's called a throw cushion or throw float available. On my boat, I keep a little gap hook, a little extendable gap hook. You also need to have an oar, or paddle with you at all times. For certain boats, certain sizes, you're required to have a horn on your boat. So all of these things, it's important that if you're going to be on the water, that you familiarize yourself with the boating laws and the boating requirements so you'll have the appropriate equipment. The other thing I want to talk about is the legal requirements, not only the legal but the social requirements for allowing children to operate personal watercrafts. We've all been children at one point in time, and we all want to grow up sooner than we need to, but parents truly need to understand that you just cannot turn your children loose on personal watercrafts. The same laws that apply to PWCs apply to boats. Your child must be over 12 to operate one, and then be 14 or over with a boating license to operate a PWC independently and on their own. It's something that I see commonly on the water with small children operating PWCs that really do not appear to be old enough, and it's a very important rule that we all need to remember. Knowing and understanding the law of Alabama and knowing and understanding how to safely operate a boat is extremely important. It's not like driving an automobile. It's a completely different concept. If you do not have experience boating, and even if you do have experience, it's very important that you understand the laws and the legal requirements and what's socially acceptable really on the water in terms of safely operating a boat.